something that won't let me forget the way that you move. You tattooed me with your lips. Were you like perfume? We were like no other.
Hey guys, it's your girl J Poetic. Stay tuned for more lifestyle videos, product reviews, and videos on spirituality. I'm not Patti LaBelle, but you should hit that bell. Did you do it yet? Did you do it? Did you do it? Alright guys, so yeah, this is going to be a this is going to be an unboxing of the Modern Witches Tarot deck. So it's basically a play off of the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. However, it shows different New Age women in positions of power. Like the one on the front here is supposed to be a woman, a modern witch, if you will, as a magician, meaning that she's taking control of her own destiny, and she's able to create things and manifest things, as we all have the power to do when we're in tune or in sync with ourselves and with everything going on around us, as well as with nature. So basically I've gotten this deck like maybe 7 months ago or something. I ordered it from wish.com. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I ordered it from wish.com very inexpensively. This is the second tarot deck that I've owned. I bought one maybe 6 years ago or something from a local magic store. Yeah, and then I also was close with this person, and he had a tarot deck, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna give this to you, and so on. But then I left it at his house and like just forgot about it and so on, and then he moved. Anyway, that's not the point. Point is that so I have this deck, and I have another deck which I got from the magic store 6 years ago, and that one is a Doreen Virtue deck. So I'm not going to get into all the stuff about Doreen Virtue, but basically she is like a woman who was said to be very intuitive and so on, and then she came out with like a whole bunch of her tarot decks, like the angel card decks and the fairy decks and so on. So her decks were for people who wanted to start off with tarot but weren't into the original meanings of tarot, and weren't like as intuitive readers or whatever, because most of her decks say like little, they're more like oracle cards. They say like little the paragraph at the end to like tell you what the card basically means. So most tarot decks that you find, if you're like new to knowing about tarot, come with a booklet of like the symbolism and the meaning from not only different cultures or perspectives, but like the ones from years on. This one, because I got it off wish.com and it was very inexpensive, did not come with the booklet to it. It just came with the deck, but for the price it's still totally a great deal. So the back of this says, the Modern Witches Tarot is a magical take on the traditional tarot symbol, inspired by fashion and modern witches from every walk of life. Spark your imagination, seek your inner wisdom, and discover your true powers. This is a 78 card tarot deck, which is the amount that most tarot decks are, which is 78. You can see, I know it will be backwards because usually I don't flip my videos, but let me exit out of that. Anywho, so yeah, I'm just gonna open this up and shuffle the cards, talk a little bit more about tarot, and show you guys. So right when you first open this up, there's this card. This is not a tarot card. This is just an extra card that they put in there. It says, you are a badass being full of life and love and possibility. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. So that's what that says. you can see it. Maybe not. Anyway, so the front of the deck looks like this. It's got 2 swords, an eye, and like all the different like suits on it, like a cup. A cup in tarot represents like, ooh, there's 2 cards in here that I didn't get. A cup in tarot, oh, that's the right card. Okay, so cups in tarot represent like emotion and love, pride, like those types of things and so on. That's where the saying like an empty cup comes from. Like you can't pour from an empty cup, meaning you can't pour from yourself onto others if you know, you haven't filled up yourself, type thing, if that makes any sense. So you see how the cup is in the hand and someone is offering it. So if I were going to read this tarot card right now, I would say that this is an offering of love or emotion. Or if we were reading it, you know, towards someone's self, depending on what the reading is saying, then we would say, you know, this is you offering or filling up your own cup, so to speak. So the idea of tarot is basically that it's a form of divination. So what that means is it's a way to talk to different spirits or ancestors for them to be able to give you a message. Now, this is just a tool, because if you're in tune, no matter what you believe in, if you are atheist or if you believe in religion, or if you're a spiritualist such as myself, and you believe in nature and things like that, like I'm not religious, but I believe in nature and I believe in spirit and I believe in, you know, a together kind of consciousness. But anyway, we'll get into that. But the point of the matter is that, you know, this is just a tool basically to open your intuition and to allow the universe to kind of bring forth a message that it feels like you need to hear. Now, I believe in tarot because of the fact that, one, I've had enough readings and giving enough readings and so on to see it work. Though not everybody who reads tarot is an authentic reader or even good at it or knows how to interpret the cards. But it can be a fun, I guess, thing to do, so long as that's what you're doing it for. But, yeah, so basically, the way I feel about tarot is, like, it works. I feel like it works, but at the same point in time, I also feel like if you don't believe that it works, then, I mean, if you do believe that it works, and you're happy with that, but it really doesn't work, then it's still working. What I mean by that is, it's like if you are somebody who always thinks something's constantly wrong with you and you go to the doctor and the doctor says nothing's wrong with you, you know, you're a hypochondriac. So the doctor gives you some placebos, some sugar pills, if you will, and you take them and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I feel better. The doc, those pills you gave me last week are really working and so on. And the doctor's thinking, yeah, but they're only placebos. They're only working because it's your mind. You know, you believe it's going to work, so therefore it does, right? I kind of feel the same way about tarot, meaning if it does or doesn't work, but you think it's working, then you're still getting a benefit from it. You're still getting an effect from it, and, you know, in that way, it's still working. However, so the idea of tarot is that you cleanse the space, you cleanse the cards, you shuffle them. This is me. Oh, we had one that wasn't turned over. Wait, y'all. So you shuffle them. And then we can even bring this down. Ah! Hold on, y'all. Technical difficulties. Are you going to stay? Okay, it's going to stay. So you shuffle them like so, like that. If we want to get fancy with it, you can go ahead and cut the deck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you guys can't see because it's down lower. This is going to fall. This is gonna fall, y'all. Okay, you can kind of see. But you can cut the... I'm not good at this. Hey, quick side note, I have an aunt. Her name is Susan. And she can, like, really, like, shuffle decks. I guess, like, she used to work in a, like, at-home casino doing, like, card nights and stuff. But basically, I'm not good at shuffling fancy like that. I'm just flipping these cards over that are backwards, but it really doesn't matter because the type of message you are is going to come out anyway. But basically, you shuffle the deck any different way that you want, any way that you feel called to do it, and so on. You shuffle, and so on. So you would do like that, right? And then the idea is if a card just jumps out, some readers take them, sometimes some readers don't. I would take it unless it's like too many. You know, if 30 cards jump out, then I'm not going to take them. But if 3 cards jump out, then I might take that. A lot of times it's like when you're shuffling, a card might fall on the floor, and the idea is that you ask the deck questions. So you might say, all right, Spirit, what does my YouTube audience need to know? Okay, I'm gonna keep shuffling. Okay, what does my YouTube audience need to know? And then there are different suits, as they call them, and there's also different spreads that you can do. Okay, and an intuitive reading is where you pick the card and you not only take into account what the actual meaning is of the card, but you also take into account the things that you're picking up and feeling within yourself. And then there's people who just read the cards for what they usually mean. So let's see. Okay, so I said, what does my YouTube audience need to know? And the card that came up is the Lovers, okay? So usually the first card that comes out is the strongest card. And it's also what you need to pay attention to in terms of the direction of the reading. So the Lovers card always shows 2 lovers holding hands and usually an angel up above to show that this is a guided union. So maybe you guys are at a new stage in your relationship, or maybe you guys are single and you're about to meet someone or take a relationship to the next level. Or maybe this is about, you know, you being your own lover. Maybe it's showing the masculine and the feminine side of yourself. You know, those are all options. So that's our first card. Remember, the first card is usually the most powerful in terms of a reading. So we will shuffle and we will get your next card. Okay. So the next card that came out is the Fool. Okay, so what you see with the Fool is somebody who is on the edge of the cliff usually, and they are just blissfully walking without looking and so on. So we might say that's foolish, but the truth is that this is a faith card, okay? Usually the Fool is walking and not paying attention because the Fool is so faithful that things are going to work out well, okay? So, being that your first card was the Lovers, and your second card is the Fool, who is kind of so blissfully ignorant that, but also hopeful because they believe everything is going to work out. So maybe there's a new relationship or an old relationship or a relationship you're currently in now that you need to have faith in. You need to have faith that things are going to work out instead of doubting. You need to be like the Fool. Instead of walking first and thinking later, you need to have faith and be guided in the next step that you're going to take. Okay. I'm going to pull 2 more cards, I believe. So we'll shuffle, and we'll just see what else in terms of this reading does my subscribers need to know. Okay, okay, good. Oh, okay. So the next card is the Queen of Cups. Now, there are several queens within tarot decks. And they all, like, there's a queen for every suit. So in cards, in regular cards where you would have like a Queen of Diamonds, a Queen of Hearts, and so on, it's kind of like the same thing. So this is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is basically like the Queen of Love, okay? So if you remember when I showed you guys earlier the card of the cup, where the hand was out and the cup was on it, and I told you that was an offering of oneself, of one's self-love, and so on. So this is kind of like the queen of that, okay? She's the Queen of Love. She pours into herself. Her cup is always full because, as you know, when you're a queen, you know, you may have servants, you're rich, you're abundant, and things like that. So this queen is full of love, and she moves with her heart first. So where you guys have the Lovers, maybe you need to move with your love first. Maybe you need to offer up your cup to someone who you're in love with. Maybe you need to offer up your cup and be more loving and understanding towards yourself in situations that are difficult. You know, a lot of times we're so down on ourselves and we say, God, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? And things like that. Maybe you need to give yourself more love and more time and more understanding and so on. But where you have the Lovers, you could take that either way. So you do have the Lovers, which is telling you you need more love to express love, or love is coming. Then you have the Fool, remember, which you need to have faith that things are going to work out. And then you have the Queen of Love, you know. If you're female, this could be you. If you're a male, then maybe you're attracting somebody who is a queen in her own right, and she's trying to offer you her cup of love. Or maybe that's yourself, because we don't always need to be partnered with someone, okay? And let's see what the next card is. So the next card is the Knight of Cups, okay? So a knight is not a king. So a knight is less than a king. If this was the King of Cups, or again, the Queen of Cups, which you just got, then we would say that it's a bigger energy. But this is a lower energy of cups because it is indeed the knight. So basically, this is someone offering love, but they're offering love slowly. They're not all in like the Queen. Sorry. The door is open and a plane is going by, so if you guys hear that, I'm sorry. But yeah, basically it's not a king or a queen, so it's not fully offering its love. It's the Knight. So this is a very young energy. You could be connecting with somebody who is younger than you, or you could be connecting with somebody who hasn't been through as much as you and they're very young energetically. Or maybe this is someone who is not ready to be a queen. They're someone who is kind of scared to offer up their love, or them offering love or even giving themselves self-love is not the same as it would be for you. So maybe you're connecting with somebody and you're wanting to give them your heart, your soul, you're wanting to pour into them, you're wanting to take this thing to the next step. You see all the wonderful potential that they have, and you just want to help them build. And all they're really wanting is maybe just, you know, a sex, or maybe just a date, or maybe just to play with your emotions, you know, because they're not ready. They're not a king. They're just a knight. They're not a Queen of Cups. They're just a knight. Okay. So these are your 4 cards. I'm going to show you again to remind you. So first card you got was the Lovers. Second card you got was the Fool. Third card you got was the Queen of Cups. And then last card you got was the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is kind of a review on the Modern Witches Tarot deck. Like I said, I got this, I purchased this off of Wish.com 7 months ago. I haven't played with it. I haven't even seen all these cards. And I just thought that I would show you guys that today. And again, this is what the outer looks like. Modern Witches shows women empowered, because as you know, years and years ago, if you were a woman who was smart, or you were a woman who was a healer, maybe you would give women, you know, different herbs and stuff to help with fertility, or you would give them different herbs and stuff to help with their menstrual cycle, or you would give people different you would give people different herbs, sorry guys, you would give people different herbs and stuff to help with the cold and so on. Then you were feared, and literally there were many women who were beat and killed. Get off that. You're not even supposed to be sitting on that. Sorry guys. You were different women. There were different women who were beat and killed and burned at the stake and so on, just because they were smart women, and they would help people, and they were seen as being, you know, witches, or being evil, or, you know, being with the devil or whatever. So this just shows women in positions of power. And yeah, okay, so this is kind of long-winded. Well, not really long-winded, it's only 21 minutes, but so far looking through this with you guys, I really like this deck. I like seeing different women. I like seeing them in positions of power, and the pictures too are really cool. Just looking at some of them, like this is the Six of Swords, which is basically like two people going off on a journey. Maybe someone's turned to has their back turned towards you, and you know, if this came up, I would say maybe they're going away from you and so on. This is like the Seven of Swords, which is another woman in a position of power. Seven of Swords means somebody is going away, but they're also looking back. So if you see the way she's looking back, this would be a card of somebody trying to hide something, or somebody who was unsure about something, or somebody who's trying to keep something from you. Eight of Cups is a good card. Eight of Cups is somebody who is kind of like full. You know, they have an abundance of love. It's not quite a Nine of Cups or a Ten of Cups, but it's also, you know, they have an abundance of love, and they're still looking for basically those other two cups. So if you see, she's kind of like on a journey looking to see, you know, what else is out there. Seven of Cups. This card shows that you have all these choices, you know. You can pick love, you can pick happiness, you can pick to work on your career, self-fulfillment, you know, internal storms, or anything, you know. You can go the snake route. So this shows somebody who is all in their head with a bunch of choices and doesn't know which way to go, or which thing to choose. And a lot of times, you know, even though you may focus on one main thing, you don't have to just choose one thing. But this is somebody who is up in their head with a lot of choices. Alright guys, so that has been, this is J Poetic. I'm not Patti LaBelle, but you should hit that bell. There has been so many things that I'm doing with this channel. And they're all things that are different versions of me, basically. So a lot of times I focus on, you know, hygiene videos or product reviews and so on. Things like I've reviewed coffee maker, I've reviewed different perfumes and body sprays and body care and so on. And I've made videos talking about George Floyd situation. I've made videos talking about whether you should buy high-end or low-end, and just all kinds of things, guys. Basically, that's what I want. I want to continue to do product reviews. Mostly I'm going to be focusing on things that I already have, but here and there, if I pick up anything new, I will show you guys. I also want to talk more about spirituality because I'm being guided to do that. And yeah, I want to get out into nature. I want to show you guys some things like that. I am going back to work here shortly. And when I mean shortly, I don't mean today. I mean in general, like within a week's time, I'm back to work. And even before then, I have like some meetings and some things and stuff that I got to square away. So yeah, even some things that I can't mention yet. So it'll be a wild ride. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of try to make my channel more inclusive and everything that I want to do. You know, the product reviews and the perfume and stuff is great, but that's only one aspect of who I am. And sometimes we play up different aspects of who we are. And because people are very one-sided themselves, they try to think that maybe that's all you are. And I'm many different things, you know. I wear many different hats, the good and bad. But yeah, so I just want to bring you guys the real me and show you different aspects of who I am, bring you along for the journey. Because I am going back to work, it's going to be hard to film. I can't do the filming schedule which I was originally doing, which was, you know, about 2 videos every 4 days. And then times when I was off work, I was just filming a bunch and I would upload whenever I felt like it. But so now things are gonna slow down a bit. I will pull out the camera and try to film things whenever I want. I mean, whenever I can. Sorry. Well, yeah, whenever I want to, but whenever I'm able to, so that you guys don't notice that much more of a transition. If you stayed this long, then you're the real MVP. Thank you, Poetic Gang, Poetic Squad. But I know probably a bunch of you already left, especially if this isn't your thing. If tarot videos or videos on spirituality or videos on any of my content is not your type of thing, that's totally and utterly fine. I will still continue to make the videos that brought you guys here. So there's something for everyone, literally, in my content. And if you don't like something, then go to something else. And if I'm not the YouTuber for you, there's also plenty of other YouTubers on the thing. So, you know, feel free to check them out as well. Or maybe you'll even, you know, come on back and be a part of our Poetic Gang, Poetic Squad family. Okay? But, yeah. Oh, I want to say, too, thank you for all my new subscribers. We are so happy to have you here on our team. In our family, you know. Yeah, so thank you. I'm very, very grateful. Yeah. We are humbly growing, and I think it is amazing. Also, though, when it numbers will always fluctuate up and down of subscriber count, and I'm totally fine with that too, because I always feel like the right people to be here will be here, and the people who connect with our family, our Poetic Gang, our Poetic Squad will be here, and the ones that it's not for, then it's not for, and that's okay, you know. I'm not for everybody, and everybody is certainly not for me, okay? So, I get it. Plus, there's always going to be some ebbs and some flows. There's going to be times where subscriber count goes down. There's going to be times when it goes up. It never did and never has and never will bother me. So, yeah. All right. Bye.